and Jen. It's time to speak up.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vernisa.
Hey y'all, this is Jen.
We start over, y'all. Hello, everyone. My name is Vernisa,
Hey y'all, this is Jen.
and this is our podcast, Speak Up. What's up, Jen?
Hey girl.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Glad that we made it to episode 63 live on the Good News Radio.
Y'all, we just keep growing and growing.
Yes, for those of you that don't know, me and Jen are best friends. We create this podcast to use our voices to motivate people to overcome life challenges through self-love and respect.
You should know by now, self-love and respect are two core values we hold near and dear to our hearts.
Yes, most definitely. Before we get started, a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester in Inglewood, California. Get your nails, your lashes, your hair done. Ask for My. Tell them that SpeakUpJV sent you. The Instagram is at nyy.bar.
And check out our other sponsor, Be Actual Natural. Why settle for less? All their products are created with you in mind for a goal to let your self-love show through your self-care. Their chemical-free hair and skincare products are handmade, plant-based, and free of fillers or preservatives. Treat yourself while you're taking care of yourself. Start your journey at www.beactualnatural.com or check them out on Instagram at beactualnatural.
Yes, most definitely. So I'm excited for tonight's episode. I'm going to go ahead and reveal the title before Jim reveals our special guest. But tonight's episode is titled Better Than Your Route. So, Jen, why is that the title for tonight?
Ooh, because we have special guest Chef Arlisha Bryant, creator of Better Than Your Mama's Kitchen.
Woo! Gotta give her a round of applause. Welcome, girl.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Doing pretty good. We happy to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
It's a long time coming, but we're making it happen. So, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
So I am a personal traveling chef at Better Than Your Mama's Kitchen. I'm located in Long Beach. And I've been doing this for about a good 7 years now.
Wow.
And it's fun. I love it. It's my passion. So I'm never going to stop. I'm going to keep doing it.
Oh, I love that. It's the best when you're doing your passion, right?
Yeah, because it's not really work. It's all fun, and I never get tired of it. Never.
Oh my goodness, that's a dream right there, right? So, what made you get into cooking? Like, why cooking in specific? When did you first realize I love cooking?
You know what? When I was younger, holidays, I loved to be in the kitchen with my mom, helping my mom cook. And when I got older, it was just like a natural thing. Friends get-togethers and stuff like that. They'll have me cook things or whatever. And one day, I was on a train. I was on the Blue Line. I don't remember where I was going, but I saw all these chefs coming on, like with little chef outfits on and stuff like that. Then I found out that they went to Trade Tech. They were all going to Los Angeles Trade Tech. So I went to enroll.
And then you just started from there?
And I started from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm starting to remember memories on the Blue Line, too. You see a lot of stuff on there.
Yes.
Dang, that's so dope.
Yes.
So, you have a dope title for your business. Where did it come from?
Better Than Your Mama's.
Like, what made you say, I'm gonna name it that?
I'm naming it that because when people taste my food, like everybody always go crazy, and it does taste better than like everybody's mama's. Like no disrespect, but it's more like on the granny type level. So that's why I named it Better Than Your Mama's.
That's some bomb food, huh, Jen?
Hell yeah.
I love it.
So what would you say is your favorite dish to make?
My favorite dish is the gumbo. I love making gumbo. It's like a one pot wonder. You just put everything in the pot, all the flavor, and it's just so comforting. Like it's a comfort food. It's filling. It's delicious. It's heaven.
Oh, love me some gumbo. Gonna lie.
Yeah, if you love seafood, like I love the seafood. I'm a seafood lover. I love crab and shrimps and stuff like that. So
I had your shrimp pasta. Oh my goodness, Alfredo, when you make and her banana pudding, y'all. I used to go do those pickups real quick.
You sure did. A lot of people love the pasta too. I love making the pasta too. That's like mostly everyone's favorite is the pasta.
And you come out with such this beautiful positive energy when you bring the food. Like I could tell the food is made with
Oh,
love. The way it's
love.
packaged, when you first open it, it's nice and fresh. Like it's nothing. I don't know. It's nice and hot. Like I don't know. That's what I'm telling
Girl,
y'all.
because I care.
Yes, I'm serious. Some people be cooking food, they just throw it together and give it to you. And I love how you even you plan all that out as you're giving it away. So that's really good.
Yes. Thank you.
So what
Yeah,
makes
no.
your business? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
I was just say, I mean, I've always said cooking is energy, right? So it's always important to be pouring that love into it, and yeah,
Absolutely.
that you definitely do that.
Yes, absolutely. That's important.
I love that. So what makes your business stand out from other similar businesses?
Well, you know what? I do more of a fusion. Like, I combined different I want to say like ethnical flavors,
Mhm.
and I make it my own in a sense. Like I love Asian food. Like, and when I went to culinary school, I learned how to make everything. So I know the flavors from every culture almost. So certain things I just like to combine it and make it my own. Like the pasta is not just a regular pasta. Like I have like a Jamaican uh flavor to it. So it's
Jerk
a
chicken.
yeah, with the jerk chicken or the jerk shrimp and the peppers and stuff and with the Cajun sauce. So it's that's what makes me stand like the taco egg rolls.
Oh my goodness! I'm
It's
just
it's
look at me, y'all.
oh, and I brought you some too.
Y'all, I was about to say that. Look,
Vegan taco egg rolls.
look. She hooked us up real quick. To shout out to Chef Arlisha. Thank you. I want to say thank you on this mic.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate it. Y'all try her banana pudding out too. I'm gonna say that on there.
The banana pudding is heaven.
My goodness, what a cry. I remember I had some, and my auntie was like, "Oh, who made this?" I brought her some one time, and they was fighting over the banana pudding in the house. So that's how good it is. Got us fighting.
That's
It make
funny.
you want to slap your mama like that.
Oh my goodness.
We and Jim were talking about that the other
That
day.
is hilarious.
So y'all listening out there, sorry, our ask-up question for the day is: are you afraid to go after your dreams, even if it requires you to take the least accepted route? So that's why our title too was also better than your route. So I'll go ahead and answer yes. Look, me and G got our $20 microphones, and we doing people like people would look at you crazy for starting from scratch. Especially they see you. I'm pretty. Well, I want to hear more about your story for how you
Mhm.
started, but and people will talk down on you like for not having like a certain amount of money to start something, and like it's crazy how what can happen from you nurturing something over time.
Mhm.
So, do you have a good answer to that question?
Um,
Acts up for today.
can you say the question one more
Oh, I'm
time?
sorry. Are you afraid to go after your dreams, even if it requires you to take the least accepted route?
No, I'm not afraid to go after my dreams. Actually, when I decided to go after my dreams, I was working at Disneyland,
I love it.
and I was in the kitchen, and the chefs, we had like a little cookout, and I made some. I call them black enchiladas because they're not really the authentic Mexican way. Like black people, we got our way of making enchiladas
And tacos too.
and tacos. Right. So I took the black enchiladas, and the Hispanic chef, he came looking for me. He didn't even know who I was. He said, "Who is Arlisha?" Because we had to write our names down. And he told me him and another chef said those were the best enchiladas they ever had in their life.
Wow.
And I said, you know what? F this job. Why am I here? Like let me go follow my passion because I'm never gonna really be who I want to be if I stay here working for someone else.
Mm.
So I left that job and I just started selling plates from home,
And it worked out.
and it worked out for me. Like
Wow.
so I'm happy that I took that because that was scary. A lot of people were like, "Oh, you're leaving and talking down on me, and you're not gonna go far. You're trying to work from home and all this type of stuff." But I didn't listen to any of that. I was motivated. I believed in myself, and I think that's where it starts. If you believe in yourself, then people will follow. Other people, they saw the potential. The chef saw that was verification for me. Like, girl, go do your thing because you're going to be stuck making Disneyland's food.
Behind the shadow.
Right behind the shadow. So that's why I decided to leave.
Oh my, that story already inspiring us today.
Yeah.
It show you when a skill is there, is there. It don't matter. What
I
about you, best friend?
Yeah, I was gonna say I love your story, Arlisha, because you know, it's easy for other people to put their fears onto you, right? Like maybe that's something they wish they would have done, but you actually took that leap. And I think that's super important for us to do. So, I mean, I would have the same answer. Like, I'm not afraid to go after my dreams. Yes, sometimes I get a little hesitant or whatever, but you know, I'm like, if I don't go after my dreams, what life am I really living? Right. Like, we only have one life to live. And if we're not following our dreams and we're just doing what we got to do, then we're going to have too many regrets when we get to that ending time for ourselves. So I think we shouldn't be afraid to go after our dreams, especially if it's something that, you know, much like you, like you're passionate about, you're good at the same time. And, you know, you could potentially make money off of it too. I mean, let's be real. That,
Right. Absolutely.
yeah. So.
Oh my god. And I'm glad you said believe in yourself, because let's debunk what does it mean to take the route less taken. You know, I think it's when it's going against the route that your family wants. Your friends are telling you, you know, what they don't see, the places that people are scared to go. So it does take that. I'm gonna believe in myself. I'm gonna take this leap of faith in myself to go after it. So much big props to you on that. And then not being afraid of the judgment.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we all judge for anything. I mean, you're judged for getting the best job or not getting a job, not doing this. I feel like do whatever's making your spirit happy, right?
Absolutely.
So big props to that. Shoot, and I'm gonna pat ourselves on the back too. All of us, shoot, you too. Yeah. So I love that. And also too, me and Jen wanted to emphasize too, when you're the first in your family group or your friend group to do something, it might take a little longer because, you know, let's be real, if you grew up and you saw someone in your household who did what you want to do, yeah, you have that mentor already in your household, in
Absolutely.
your friend group. So I learned too, when you paving the way, you're doing your own design and
Yes.
no one's there to help you.
Yes.
Any thoughts on that, Bestie?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've talked about this before too. Like, trying to explain podcasting to my family, especially in Spanish, is a little difficult. So it's definitely something that's taking me a little bit longer. And, you know, with Vernisa, like, we've never done podcasting before. So it's taking us like trial and error along the way, like with our audio, our visuals, you know, how many, like, just even coming up with the topics for the episodes and really staying consistent on it. It is taking a little bit longer, but I am so grateful for the process at the same time, because it helps us grow, right, as women, but also as our brand. And then just knowing that, you know, it's something that is eventually going to pay off. And then being able to explain that to your family afterwards, like, hey, look, here's a success. This is what I was trying to explain to you in the first place. You know, I think I'm waiting for that moment.
Yeah, they're gonna be saying that to you when your stuff boom. It's like, oh, I seen it.
Yes.
You know, shoot, we have to just keep our visions alive despite all this. And also, I learned to taking the route too. It helps you with your independence. I think it's bomb when you can be independent and still hold your own, even when things are about against you. And I tweeted this some time ago, but like, don't let lack of support stop you from going after your dreams. You know, the right things will align. You know, so I'm pretty sure you've met a lot of people cooking or just people who love your food that's just showing that genuine support.
Yeah.
Anything you want to elaborate on about that? Like about any support or your
Well,
experience
the
with
same
it?
thing that she was saying, like, or you said too, like, I didn't really have any guidance. You know, this is something that I'm learning as I'm going. Like she said, trial and error. So I'm still learning, and like you said, if I would have had help, maybe things would be a little different. But it's okay. I feel like this is what God wanted. I feel like this is what's going to build my character. Like, it's going to build everything, my strength, my everything. So it's been a little journey, having been discouraged along the way, because I don't have the support that I want from people that I know. But um, for the most part, you know what? I'm grateful for the people who have supported me, and it's a lot of people who I don't know, like you guys. Like, I'm proud of you guys too. You know, for following your dreams and being consistent at what you love to do. It's not about really supporting anymore. It's just about you doing what you love and being consistent with it, and everything else will follow.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that is she dropping gems, y'all, tonight. Hope y'all out there taking notes because that's
Yeah,
big. I know you inspiring someone.
yeah, I definitely love that, because if we sit around waiting for that support to come, or waiting for, you know, our loved ones to be happy for us or whichever, we're going to be waiting for a really long time. Right?
Hmm.
Sometimes that support may never come, kind of like what you were saying. And I also like that you brought up God, you know, because I am also a woman of faith, and it does take a certain amount of faith to take this type of route, right? Well, the less accepted route or the least taken route, whatever you want to call it. But it's just you knowing that this is what you want your life to be like. This is the, the step that you need to take. And I feel like that's really important because we take faith on other people, right? A leap of faith on other people all the time. We trust that this person is going to hire us, or they're going to love us or whatever. Why can't we take that same leap of faith in ourselves, and especially in a passion that we want to pursue?
Oh, that was well said. And also too, the faith in who we're gonna become. Like you said, that character building. It's like I want to have that faith of like I know I'll be able to handle it when that blessing finally does come. It's
Yes,
exactly what I want, you know.
absolutely.
And it requires a certain amount of strength too to go after what you are. I ask God every day for the strength to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how far that gets me so far.
Mm-hmm.
I have the word resilience had it on me. It's like okay, I'm gonna bounce back.
Yes.
Challenges are going to arise, but honestly, when we're taking that opposite route, it's about okay, what is this teaching me? How can I
Mm-hmm.
get past this, and how can
Mm-hmm.
I grow as a person?
Absolutely.
Yes, most definitely. So, have you ever experienced any challenges being a woman in this industry, in the industry you're in?
Um, when I first started, it was a lot of men chefs, a lot of men. Like the men was all the men cooking and all the men is getting praise and everything like that. I tried working with a few people. Um, I felt like nobody really wanted to work with me. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like people are competitive out here.
Yeah.
And that's why I be like woman power because I feel like us women, we stick together, we support each other, and most of my support has come from women.
Wow. This is
Yeah.
interesting. Crazy. Me and Jim were planning this episode. We were talking about how, we're coming up with this question. I was just like, wow, it's crazy because women are known to cook.
Hmm.
But it's crazy how, like, with a business, though, you just see a lot of men or like women. You know what I mean? You don't see it
Hmm.
as pushed. So, girl, you doing your thing. Your food is bomb.
Thank
I
you.
tasted so many men's cooking. But I love your plate too. Shoot.
Thank
So
you.
I just want to throw that out there. And then podcasting too. I'll be real, it's a lot of men that podcast, like especially with women getting a voice now. So it is, yeah. Me and Jen have experience in this industry, like us being silenced as women, or like us having to make shake the room,
Hmm.
show our presence is there because podcasting is your voice, so
Hmm.
that's huge. So cooking, hey, you doing your thing. So another thing too. Let's get into our next topic: the importance of not caring what people think when you go into the grain. What's your thoughts on that, Bestie?
Yeah, I was gonna say that for sure because I know if you have, if you let yourself be stopped by seeing like all the men or whatever, in the industry, then you probably would have never pursued this, right? Same with us. Like when we started seeing a lot of men are in this podcasting industry, we could have like chosen to sit in the background, but we were like, no, forget that. Like we want to show other women, hey, you can dominate this industry, right? And I love that you're doing that in your industry because yeah, we need more women's voices out there, especially women of color. I think there's a lot of progress that has been made, but a lot that still has to be made. But I think a lot of us are so affected still by what other people think. And it's not just people in our family. I mean, social media is a big thing, right? You can find a negative thing about anything on there. So unfortunately, when we get consumed by that, we tend to stop ourselves from pursuing something, or we're afraid to put ourselves out there, right? Like I remember for us when we first started the podcast, we were scared in the beginning to really say, hey, we're doing this. Our first episode is out, but we're like, you know what? Screw it. Like we're out there already, let's put it, we recorded, we put so much work into this already. Let's do it. And then little by little, like it's just been causing this growth. But along the way, we've really had to build thick skin and a backbone and just tell ourselves, hey, like we can't get overwhelmed by what other people might be trying to tell us, because the higher you go, the more people who are going to be trying to be in your ear.
Oh, I'm glad you said that.
Hmm.
And I think seeking that validation will slow you down because you're gonna be
Hmm.
like every little thing.
Hmm.
Those people don't even have it together. People want to portray this image like, oh, I
Hmm.
know, and then it's easier for people to critique and be like, oh, but
Hmm.
not looking at themselves in the mirror. Because some of the men that in the pot, like in the beginning when we first started, before we got on the network, they were trying to critique us. I'm gonna be real, we kind of passed them up, and I'm not even on no cocky stuff. But our growth, I mean,
Hmm.
over this is like the very beginning, and it's
Hmm.
not even being mean, but I'm
Hmm.
like, I feel like I remember there was one instance where this guy was like trying to tell us what was wrong with our show, and that he didn't give no type of acclimates. He wasn't even giving like helpful advice. It was just like this, but his show wasn't. doing that. You
And
know what I
you
mean?
passed him up.
So I had to like move from that. Yeah, and it's like, help us, of course. Give us I'm open to constructive criticism,
Right.
but don't try to drag us down. And don't
Right.
make it to where we're so low, you kicking us under us, where we're seeking your validation and feel like our show isn't good enough until you say so. And I think we
Exactly.
have to get away from seeking people's power over us.
Mhm.
It's just really huge. And it's okay to not have it figured out at the beginning. So if y'all want to start something,
Mhm.
do it. You're gonna learn on the way. So
Mhm.
we have a question for you. What keeps you going?
What keeps me going?
Yeah.
My
You're
babies.
so cute. I saw the hood.
My babies, because I just want to be that example. Like I'm trying to break our family's curse, and I want them. I want to have something for them. I want to motivate them. I want them to be like, wow, if mommy did this, then I can do this. And so my babies keep me going.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful.
Oh, that's
Let
beautiful.
us sit here like and Jay got a question for you too.
So, what is your favorite song that keeps you going? Like, what song keeps you motivated? It pumps you up as soon as you hear it.
My favorite song?
Keep going.
I don't know. You know my favorite song? I don't even know my favorite song. I don't know. I want to say it got to be like a Jamaican or a African.
Throw it in there. Throw it in there.
I'm trying to think, like, is it a Burna Boy song? I don't know, but I really love like African and really African music. I don't know, something about them drums. It just like uplifts my spirit and almost, I don't know. I don't even know the name of it. I don't know the name of the type of African music it is, but I listen to a lot of African music.
Just turn it on when you cooking. When
Yeah.
you feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. That was a
I
good
don't
answer.
have a favorite song
But it's
though.
like a song when you feel like giving up. And you're like, let me turn this on. I'm gonna be
Um,
on.
Janae. Song by
Oh,
Janae.
Waves. What is it?
I think
Waves.
it is Waves.
Jill likes it too.
That
Is it
song.
Waves by Janae?
Gotta keep going.
Yes, gotta keep going.
Hey.
Yes. That song, it give me chills.
But she
Mhm.
said life only get harder, but you gotta get stronger. The gym part right there.
Yes. Yes, that's my song. I love me some Janae. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. She speaks to the soul.
Mhm.
I like when I'm feeling like that. I like to play. Here we go. Outstanding by Gap Band.
Okay.
That
I like
song.
oldies too.
Okay, we'll move. I'll put that on.
It
It
make
brings
you
me back
feel good.
happy.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours, bestie? I probably know it, but I want to hear what you say.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite song, but it is one that just popped up because it popped up on my playlist not so long ago. "Closer" by Guapel. I don't want to say her name.
Yeah, I did an essay on that one on this song. That's good. The closer
To
to
my
my
dreams.
dreams.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was making sure it was that one.
that's a good reminder. That song. I feel like just like
Yes.
you know what? Let me play this to remember how close I.
Yes.
Nipsey always said, "Focus on how close you are versus how far you can." All that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
forget that. So that's good. So and also too, we gotta talk about too the importance of getting creative when you're going against the grain. So I feel like the real you comes out when you're doing something that you never saw before. Because yeah, if you have this thing to follow, this blueprint, people like to copy it and just kind of do exactly what they're doing. But you're kind of doing it on your own. It allows you that creative freedom to
Mm-hmm.
kind of do things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say is something creative you do with cooking? Like it could be anything, an ingredient you use or a style of cooking, like just something where you feel like you get creative.
I get real creative, like with sauces.
I could tell that green sauce looks
Oh,
so
girl.
good.
I love making sauces because it's like your own. You get the herbs, you get the seasonings, the citrus, whatever. Like I love making sauces. I get real creative with the sauces.
Ooh, I love it. Jen, talk about your creative side a little bit. We got 2 minutes, but I want to hear a little. I want you to share a little.
I mean, I guess I'll relate it to our podcast. I think one thing I'm loving about being able to edit and stuff, I know it doesn't sound super fun to other people, but to me, I like it because I get to put like little things here and there, little sound effects or text words here and there, or even like playing around with the thumbnails or anything. I like to draw. So like anytime I get to be able to put any type of visuals anywhere, especially in technology, that makes me feel better. And then also too, like I love technology. I love learning about like, oh, what codes do this and do that. Like, as weird as that sounds, I used to hook up my MySpace page when MySpace I used to have the best one because I knew what kind of codes did what. So like being able to incorporate that into our show now is definitely really fun.
No, that's so dope. Good job for you. Because I can't edit for nothing. I be going to my kids. I be like, can y'all help me? And that's something that I've been learning to do. I was just telling him that earlier. Like, I'm happy that I'm able to start doing things on my own because I'm used to other people doing them for me, like certain things that I can't do. So now I've been practicing and learning how to do certain things. So good job for you, girl. You should be proud of that. It's not weird. You should be proud.
Yeah, I'm still learning. I wish I'm gonna try and take classes one day, but yeah, I definitely love doing it.
We such a balance. I'm very simple, and that's the creative one. So we come together and be like, "Woo, just work out." It's funny because we got to call my little sister when we doing TikTok because I'm like, "How you work this?" We finally at that age where we got to call the kids on how to do a TikTok. We did not know how to put a filter on. I'm like, it was bad because we usually figure things out. But I don't know what that was.
TikTok is a whole other world. So
got me on there doing these little dances looking crazy. I'm like, okay. So it's all good, but it's good now. But you have to tap into your creative side. I feel like it makes it more fun. You know, like I said, putting your sauces together, all the colors and stuff. So, you know, definitely. And that's like putting our niche on the show. Like, you know, our personalities, being your authentic, creative self, personality wise. I think it goes with it. Yeah, we got so you guys, we're about to take a short 3-minute break. So y'all better go grab y'all water. That water segment is coming soon. No alcohol. Look, Jay go get you.
We ready.
Yeah, so we have a message from all of our sponsors out there. So tap in with us and we will see y'all in 3 minutes with more Speak Up JV. I'm trying to make these 9 seconds fast. All right, jump.
Hey, beautiful people. It is the baddest bitch on the block, Eric Devontae.
And it's me, Kelvin Unique, and we are the Get Right Radio Show.
Here on TGN Talk. Are you going to church on Sunday?
Hell no, I'll be right here live at 10. We got all the celebrity entertainment news with my favorite segment.
Bitch, you better read.
And you know, of course, I'm going to get you right and get you out that door spiritually with some Uniquely Speaking.
Oh, I need it. The kids need it. And this is why y'all need to tune into us every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. here only on TGN Talk.
Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will be. It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them. The Podcast Pit is coming.
The Podcast Pit is coming.
What's up, friends? It's Iron Friends. We're here at the Podcast Pit LA. It was so fun. We came to rep the IE. I think we did a pretty good job. So shout out to the Podcast Pit for having us. Shout out to TGN. You guys should definitely check them out. You should check me out, Saul V. Gomez.
Y'all can find me at I Know Caesar on IG. You can find me at airbear_IE on IG.
And you guys can find the podcast at Iron Friends on every social media network except for OnlyFans. That's coming soon. So stay tuned. So follow us and follow TGN Podcast Pit. Have a good day, guys.
Are you looking to buy a home? Are you looking to sell your home? If your answer is yes, call the Walker Group at 310-421-6464. With over 18 years experience, the Walker Group has serviced clients throughout Southern California with their real estate need. Let us be of service to you as well. Once again, call the Walker Group at 310-421-6464 or visit our website at www.exprealty.com. Once again, that's www.exprealty.com.
¿Qué pasó? This is Rix with the Brown Skin Investors on our podcast, Brown Wealth Radio, where we reach and teach nuestra gente on financial literacy, exclusively on TGN Latinx on the Good News Network, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific, to be specific.
It's back, Jax. Have you heard? It's back.
Michael, what are you talking about? What's back?
The Podcast Pit. It is returning Monday, May 23rd. Brand new venue.
Oh my God, the Podcast Pit is back. Exciting. Where's it at?
It's going to be at Joxer's Daily at 7:30 p.m.
I know where that's at. That's at 11168 Washington Boulevard.
All right, y'all. We are back live with Chef Arlisha, and we are talking about, going against the grain, taking the least acceptable route and still pursuing your dreams. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Woo, we back. So it's time for our Life Up segments. Our Life Up segments where we take something that's happening in our real world and we compare it to our episode. So tonight's Life Up is how entrepreneurship has been accepted more lately. So people actually are respecting entrepreneurs grind now. There was a time where I feel like if you were an entrepreneur trying to do something, it was just like woo woo. But I think now, like with the rise of social media and like more people being entrepreneurs, people need that other grind. People want to do their passion. People actually are what we're open to and showing support. So, what are you ladies' thoughts on that? Any lady good?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if Alicia you were going to talk. Sorry.
I thought you were going to start, so I didn't want to talk over you. Go ahead.
The struggles of virtual technology, right?
Yes.
But I think, yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying, best friend. I also love that there's more opportunities for people to be entrepreneurs now. Like, you don't have to have come from family of entrepreneurs to be able to be one yourself. Like, you could be the first one in your family, and then there's more people willing to help now too, like whether they actively call themselves an entrepreneur or not, but just people like being their own bosses or just starting their own companies, things like that. And I absolutely love that, because I know there was a time where it's like I could only get food from like these big corporations or anything, but now knowing that I can get food like even from Better Than Your Mama's Kitchen, or like anywhere else that are smaller local owned businesses, it's awesome too. And then there's more of a chance for these voices to be heard, especially within our communities. I think that's super important as well. But yeah, I think that's one thing I'm really absolutely loving that social media is doing, is giving the voices to entrepreneurs a lot more.
Yes, I agree.
I agree. Oh, any thoughts of being an entrepreneur? How does it feel like to know people? It's more of a welcoming space for it.
I love it because people tend to help, like want to support, because a lot of people don't have it in them to do that. So it's like one of those things like, wow, like you're taking all the steps and you're doing it, and I want to support you. And me personally, like cooking, being a chef, having my own business, and knowing other people that's doing the same thing, I think is really a dope thing, because it's more personal. When it's yours, you care about it. It's like your baby, you put more into it versus working for somebody else. You kind of you're just there to collect the check. But when your name is on it, when it's yours, most people tend to care and go above and beyond, to keep their name going and to please or to grab whatever demographic it is that they're reaching to. So I appreciate people who have their own businesses, and because it's more, like I said, it's more like on a personal level. So it's more authentic. It's just different.
And something I like, talking about the food business, is that when people do throw events now, I don't see them getting big corporations. Like, these people get like the In-N-Out truck or get the whatever, I don't even know these places, Carl's Jr. truck. It's nice now to see more catering services, more, Better Than Your Mama kitchens and stuff like that, doing these events. I think that's nice. It feel good, knowing you because me and Jen have covered media for a few events, and it's just so many vendors.
Just
and
different
I think
people.
It's so dope. And they are
It's
food better than.
And that's what I was about to say, because it's their creations.
Yeah.
So, you get to experience something different, something different. And like you said, something better.
Home cooked meal too.
Yeah, it's more, the quality is better.
Oof, yes.
No.
I'm big on quality. So I just feel like I said, when it's yours and you really care about it, you tend to put more into it.
So true.
Yeah.
Me and Jen did this one event, and we were like exhausted because the lights on us for hours. We're interviewing people, thirsty. It was a lot. And one of the vendors gave us a plate for free, and it brought us to life. And I really believe if there was like some corporations food, we probably would have been all sluggish. But it was great. It's that home cooked meal. Remember that meal, Jen?
I still think about it till this day.
Yeah,
do that for you.
That's so true. And another thing about going against the grain too, there's gonna be times when you won't see the rewards right away. You'll probably end up spending more money than you're earning at the beginning. And I think too, people need to learn, like, understand the importance of investment, you know, and that sometimes it's a time investment, sometimes it's money investment. And I think we're quick to get frustrated at the beginning, like, why did all this and nothing's happening? But really, when you're starting a baby from the ground up, it's going to be like that. Like, you know, but then I learned too, the more you just keep at it, you keep growing, it's like you start to slowly see those rewards depending on what you put into it. You know, have you ever felt like you put in like more than what you got back at times? And how did you get past that feeling of like, oh, like exhaustion?
You know what? I have, but it paid off for me. When I go into it, not just thinking about money and just go into it as, you know, this is what I love to do. I'm more excited about people tasting my food and different people tasting it because I know that eventually I'll get some calls, you know, but it's been times where I did things or events and I feel like I put way more into it. But like I said, eventually it paid off. I ended up getting phone calls and having more work. And then I just went up. Like you said, it's a trial and error thing too. So I learn as I go, you know. But for the most part, I just love cooking. And I don't never really think about money every time I'm doing it. I just think about the experience. I think about, you know, the people expressions and the way my food is going to make these people feel because that's important to me.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love that. And let's be real, entrepreneurship is hard, right? So sometimes you do feel like you want to give up or anything. But when you are doing something like that you are passionate about, or that you know it's making a bigger impact than just yourself, because I'm sorry, food makes me happy. Like if I'm having a bad day, if I have a meal, I get happy. So knowing that, you know, there's people like you out there putting good food out there for people, not just yummy tasting, but like, you know, good for the soul in general, just because of the way you carry yourself and your brand, it makes everything worthwhile, I would say. And I think that's big even for like Vernisa and I with this show, in seeing that, okay, maybe sometimes we don't see the rewards right away in a monetary sense, but we see it like when people give us feedback or when they book us for another event, you know, and they ask us to be there. Like, it's just really cool. To be able to see that, how far your own passion for something carries you when it's not necessarily rewarding you in the way that, you know, other people would see it yet, but knowing that, okay, that's like an addition to it. You know, what I really want to do is make that impact with everybody else that I meet.
Oh, I love that. Like, we've gotten messages like, you know, this episode got me through this, got me through that. And honestly, that's the reward right there.
Yes.
You know, like you said, you made someone's day with a plate, like that smile, like me right now over opening, you know, eat, like, you know, I love that.
With the plate or just sharing, exchanging good energy.
Yes. Yeah, food is
so many times I've done events and I promise you guys, people come in the kitchen and for some reason they just want to talk to me. And I don't know like what it is that they're seeking, but the conversation somehow helps soothe them or make them feel good, you know, and that makes me feel good, you know, because it's not just cooking, it's good energy being exchanged too. So, and I'm big on energy. So, you guys' energy, that's what drew me to you. I'm just like, I love their energy. I love what they're doing. You know, their spirits are bright, and that'll draw people to you. So
that's huge. We did talk about how, like, when you have a business or brand, how you carry yourself shows a lot about your brand. Some people think they can act a certain way, but then it's like, oh, I want people to shop for me. But you are the brand. So you do represent, like, you're representing your kitchen right now. We're representing the podcast and we're on the street, you know? So it's the same thing. So that's huge. And Jen, what's our problem in the life up segment?
You know, of course, social media is a tool and it's all about how we decide to use it. So, of course, there's always going to be certain people using social media to judge people's passions, right? I think that goes back to what we were saying earlier about like a lot of people letting their own fears go on to other people, right? Like if you, like, let's say, you know, I'm sure you've met people along the way where it's like you were saying, for judging you for leaving your job or, you know, starting your own business or whichever. And there's always going to be people like that. Like, I know when I've tried to explain podcasting to people, the first thing they say is like, well, why podcasting? Like, you know, what does that do for you? Like, and I'm like, if you don't understand it, you're not somebody I want to be trying to explain this to anyway. Like, it's not about what I'm doing necessarily. It's more of how I'm impacting people through what I'm doing. And unfortunately, yeah, we're always going to be meeting people like that. I mean, we see it, right? When people get bigger with their passions, whether it's their brand, their business, whatever, there's always going to be somebody judging, always a Debbie Downer or whichever. But I really think that just all comes from the fear somebody may have of not pursuing their own passions.
Oh, I like that. The fear. I love that she brought that up. I
Of
think
not
fear is always
pursuing
gonna come
their
up.
own passions, and that is the truth.
Like I've even seen people, that thing where people do where like you're on TikTok or a reel and like you can put a picture in the background and the people are talking and they're like referencing the picture in the background. They'll take people's businesses and talk shit about it. Like, oh, that's how she do here. Like, and it's like, okay, you got all that time to do that. What you got going on?
Exactly.
I always say that haters are born in the idle time, really. Like that. If you got too much idle time, that's how you end up doing stuff. Doing stuff you shouldn't be doing or judging other people's businesses. And like I said, it's different between constructive criticism and just straight up just
hating.
you got nothing to do.
Yeah.
I give people props who went after something. I would just say that.
Right.
So I'm sorry. I got Nipsey's quote tatted on me on the mission. Your worst enemy's idle time, and that's true. You don't need to be turned into no hater in that idle time. So how do we fix this? Show love, show support, quit hating on people's businesses. Start your own. There's obviously something. Start a business with that. You could go critique. You could be a food. What's that shit called? A food critic. Yeah, or some movie critic. Go do that then. Get paid for it at least. I'm just saying.
Right. Get paid
at this
for
point, shoot. How do y'all think we should fix it? Y'all got any solutions to that?
I would just say dig deep within, right? Like if you putting negativity out there and all that, is that really getting you any type of money? Is that making you grow? Is that really making you a better person at the end of the day? If not, then you are worried about the wrong things.
Ooh. I love what Jimmy did going in. I love it. And also too, when you going against the grain, you don't have to put all your business out there. I learned the importance of the privacy and the exclusiveness.
Yes.
Yes, drop it when you're comfortable and stuff, but that's us seeking validation again where every little, we just have to like consistently, I know I post a lot, but I'm very intentional about what I post, the moments that I want to share. And then it's like, there's so much that happened in my life that I don't even talk about, but I'm one of the people I love to like when it's cooking, say that or like pop out with that, but I mean, something wrong if you want to show the sides, but no, it's a lot of heat out there if you do. And also to find people who are genuinely supporting what you're doing. That way we don't get them little hater TikToks. Huh? I couldn't imagine posting someone's business and just pointing at it, talking on the mic about it.
Right. Who does that?
And I just got to say, if anything, you would just make that business more popular. So it might do the opposite.
Exactly.
Hey, okay. Maybe they know something I don't. I just got to say that. So let's talk about, too, the importance of staying in your own lane. Any thoughts on staying on your own lane? How do y'all feel about that when it comes to chasing your dreams?
I learned to stay in mine because when I first came in here, I was looking at everybody else. I just, you know what, when you're not focused on everybody else and you focus on yourself, I just feel like that's when you become, like you said, more creative. And the pressure is off of you because you're not worried about what everybody else is doing. Focus on yourself. And Nipsey, I always say, he said it's a marathon, not a race. So I go at my own pace. I do things the way I want to do it, and that's what makes me unique. That's what makes me more authentic because I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. I'm doing what makes me happy, and it works for me.
I love that. And on your own clock. I love that.
And it's exhausting to be worried about somebody else's life. Like, I already got too much going on in my own life. Why am I going to add double to that just because I'm concerned about so-and-so over there?
I ain't got time for that TikTok thing. I'm not doing it. So where do you see your business in 5 years? Manifested now. Say it out. Speak it.
In 5 years?
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to have me a food truck. I'm going to have like little branch offs. I want my kids, I want them to have like their little dessert thing and their little smoothie thing and just stuff like that. So it's going to be food oriented, but I definitely want to get my kids involved with that because they're learning from me and I want them to be able to do their own thing. But definitely a couple of food trucks.
I love that. Pass that legacy down. Look at that. Woo! Big moves over here. Big step of energy. I love it. So now it's time we're gonna change the topic up a little bit. We're gonna talk about how food is good for the soul. Yes. Our show focuses on self-love and inner peace. Food is nice. I don't know. I love food.
I think everybody love food. I don't know anybody who don't love food.
Even if it's super healthy, whatever, you love it, you won't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching this movie, and it talked about how food is a universal language. We all know know how to eat and sit together, eat a meal, even if we don't understand what each other's saying.
Yes,
so I think that's big. So, what's our food question for her, Jen? Go ahead.
So, we had to ask you as a chef, what is your favorite food to eat?
I love seafood. Give me the crab legs. Give me the lobster. Just like give me the salmon. I love seafood. Salmon, I love because that's like the steak of man. It's filling. It's just delicious. You could do so much with salmon. There's so many ways to dress it up, season it. I love me some salmon.
Oh, mom answer.
I would say seafood was the hardest for me to give up when I went vegetarian. So I have to agree. I love me some crab legs. Oh my goodness.
We did it at the same time, both things.
Yeah, y'all making me hungry right now.
I'm staring at the rolls. Go see me in a car, like. But also, too, the importance of having a good relationship with food. Don't get me wrong. I get it. There's diets out there, things people are trying to accomplish, but make sure your mind is ready for it. Like me and Jim, when we decided to both go vegetarian, it's been 2 years to be 2 years to be vegetarian, but we're pescatarian. We gave up seafood a year ago, but basically our minds were both ready. We both hit a point where it didn't feel like we were being punishing ourselves or anything. So I really been trying to work on my healthy relationship with food, or even if I want to indulge in something, not guilting myself for it, or ask myself, is this something that you really want? I think that's important in self-love and inner peace, because sometimes we can have a rocky relationship with too much of anything or too less of anything is bad for us, So yeah, I think so. Any thoughts, ladies, on?
Yeah, no, that's big. This is kind of a touchy subject for me, because when I first started on my whole health journey or whatever, this was before I even went vegetarian, I felt like I had to deplete myself of all kinds of sweets and all things like that. And while, physically I was looking good, mentally it was doing something to me where I felt disgusted almost by eating food or certain types of food. And I realized that wasn't helping me, because I love food, so for me to start feeling that way, it wasn't a good thing. So even though, my workouts and everything were intense, they were doing what they were supposed to be doing, it wasn't until much, much later where I just started accepting food in general. I realized food again is a tool as well. It's about how much we eat, what we eat, and all that stuff. So even though I'm not as fit as I used to be, I would say mentally I'm more fit. I have a better relationship with food. It's not a punishment for me, but it's not something that I absolutely need every second of the day either. I'm finding more of a balance with the food I eat now.
Oh,
that's the key word, balance. That's what I was going to say. I think it's all about balance. My body talks to me. Yeah. So for real, if I'm not drinking enough water, my body's going to tell me, or at least drink some more water. You need to drink more water. You need to eat some vegetables. You need to eat some fruit. So I listen to my body a lot. But for the most part, we know what we should be eating.
Yeah.
We know what we should be consuming, and we know what things we really shouldn't be consuming much of. So it's about self-discipline. You do need it takes a lot for some people to make better choices, but like I said, I like to listen to my body. And when I listen to my body, I feel a lot better.
Yeah, that's huge, because it's all connected, at the end of the day. So what's the best reaction you got when someone ate your food? Something you can remember top of your head.
You know what? This little girl, she was a little girl. She ate the pasta, the salmon pasta too. Most kids don't really like salmon, but her grandma sent me a video, and she jumped. It was like an old soul got into her or something. But I can't even imitate her, because I can't do it like her. But she jumped up. She did this like this thing, and she started dancing.
That's some good food.
And she started dancing. It was so hilarious. I'm like, that's right. And the kids, they gonna tell the truth. So If a kid saying it's bomb, then I believe them. So
That's some good food. Oh my goodness. And also too, let's talk about the importance of being mindful when enjoying your food. So I do a lot. I've been doing a lot of stuff. As you can see, I came traveling up in here. And I've been learning like, okay, if you're eating, sit and enjoy that meal. Like be mindful of that moment. Even if like I'm trying to stop eating while doing stuff. I have a bad habit of that. And because you look up the meal went away. And it's like, did I even enjoy that time when I could just savor that?
I've been learning to do that, Renisa. I've been sitting at the table. I'm like, you know what, Arlene, because I'll stand up and eat. Because I'm so used to, and then most of the time I'm cooking the food, so I'm tasting it and I'm full. So I don't even make a full plate, you know? So sometimes, like as of lately, I've been learning, you know, to just sit down, get you a glass and sit there and enjoy your food. Or when we go out to eat, like I used to like eat and be ready to go, but now I'm learning to take my time and to just enjoy it. And I'm like you, like that's something that I have to work on, just learning to enjoy the food.
Nice dishes.
Yes, I'm big too on like allowing other people to enjoy their food as well. Like, you know, all the arguing or whatever, if you're having a bad day, all that stuff can wait till afterwards, you know, but don't ever like ruin somebody else's appetite, you know, or even ruining your own. Like, I know sometimes it's hard when we're mad or something, we don't feel like eating, but you know, it's thinking about like, okay, I need this as fuel, but then also just it might put you in a better mood at the same time. So, yeah, I've been trying to be more mindful of that as well. Like I can't stand when my meal is ruined because somebody told me something crazy while I'm eating.
Woo, that's big.
That is big. It's been times where I wanted to start an argument.
Yeah, you're like, let me just
with my man, but I'm like, you know what? Let me feed him first. Let me let him, because if I argue with him before, he's not going to want to eat.
Right.
So let me let him eat and enjoy his food, and then we'll talk about whatever later.
Maybe it'll be a better resolution because it's like we calm. So, what's a cooking tip that you wish more people knew about?
A cooking tip that I wish.
Like it can be anything random, like use this much butter. I don't know, like anything.
Okay, when it comes to oil, I know that a lot of people when they fry things, their oil is extremely hot. I feel like your oil don't need to be super super hot because it burns the food first. Like it don't even get to cook all the way through. So just take your time when it comes to frying things. Like let the heat build up. Like it's okay to make sure it's hot, but don't not scorching hot because you're gonna burn your food and it's not gonna be cooked right in the inside.
Oh, just learn something for real. But y'all know what time it is. It is time for our water segment. So if you out there listening, please pull your water out and drink some water. And Jen has a water fact for tonight.
So the water fact for tonight is by rinsing away harmful bacteria and food debris, drinking water fights cavities and gum disease. Drinking water is good for your teeth because it keeps your mouth clean. Plaque can't build up in a clean, hydrated mouth.
Oh,
okay.
Hope y'all was listening. That was our water fact. So as y'all know, my bestie is a quotey, so she has a quote for tonight that goes with our episode.
Alrighty, so the quote for tonight is "One who takes the road less traveled earns the rewards most missed" by Mashona Liwayo. I probably butchered her name, but I love this because sometimes we just want to follow what everybody else is doing, right? Because it seems easier or we'll have more answers or whichever. But in all honesty, does that even mean we're reaping the rewards that we're actually seeking, right? So when we're taking the road less traveled or the route better than, you know, what we want to do, we're actually learning a lot, not just about, you know, our passions, but about ourselves, our characters. And I think that's the most important part. We only have one life, so might as well learn about yourself while you're still in it, right?
I love that. Honestly, how does this relate to self-love? Self-love is doing what your spirit wants to do, even if that involves taking the less accepted route. How do you practice self-love?
I do a lot of meditating.
Ooh.
A lot of praying.
Your skin is bomb too, by the way. Got thrown in there.
Whose skin? Mine?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of praying.
Yeah, a lot of praying. I like to eat right. Well, eat like how my body tells me to because that's a big factor. And I just like to practice being happy. I feel like when you're happy, that just play a big role in everything. Being happy is important.
That
beautiful. I used to be a workout freak too. I try to fit that in there every now and then. the pandemic has changed a lot.
Oh, like all of us.
If I must be honest, but I think it is important to be spiritually connected, have that relationship with God, and I feel like everything else will follow.
Yeah, I love that. And one last quick question, quick answer. What are you going to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered just for my personality, my good spirit.
You already are. Yes, you're already doing it.
And that's it. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And honestly, y'all remember, you can't please everyone. So focus on what you want, okay? Stop seeking validation, even if it involves going against the grain. In the day, you gonna reap those rewards, not them. So do your thing, do your mission, make your spirit happy. And what's our wrap-up quote, Bestie?
Always be open to trying new things because you never know what's waiting for you on the other side, whether it's pursuing a new business or pursuing new food.
Yes, I love it. It was amazing having you on our platform.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being here. I wish I could meet you in person.
You will.
Next time.
Okay.
And before we close out, can you go ahead and shout your social media out so people can book some food, order?
Okay, you guys can follow me at Better Than Your Mama's Kitchen or at chef_Leisha B.
Yes, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in. Her food is amazing. I'm gonna be real. But before we go, quick shout out to our amazing sponsor. Shout out to My Bar, located at 720 East Manchester in Inglewood, California. Ask for my. Tell them that SpeakUpJV sent you. The Instagram is at nyy.bar.
And shout out to Be Actual Natural. You can find all handmade, plant-based, free of fillers, skincare, and chemical-free hair products. Check them out on Instagram at Be Actual Natural or go to their website, www.beactualnatural.com.
Yes, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at SpeakUpJV. We love y'all. See y'all next Thursday. Bye.